Hi everyone, this is a quick homework helper video for the functions assignment. I think if there are any hang-ups in approaching an assignment like this, for at least for beginners, it's in taking just the basic written instructions in plain English and translating that to a block of code. So I'm going to show you how to approach that. Down here I have really your basic anatomy of a function. You always have your return type out front here. I have that in yellow. You give your function a nice meaningful name, and I have that part in magenta. And then in cyan here I have the parameter list, which goes in parentheses. So basically for function 1 in this assignment, we're told to write a function called calc unit price. So right there we have some valuable information that we can plug into our function. We're told that the name of the function, we're calling it calc unit price. So what I would do is take that and plug it right into there, okay? The magenta part, that's the name of the function. And look at this, the second sentence, it says your function will have a return type of void. That too is very telling. So you know where that's going to go, right? It's going to go right out front, okay? You're going to start your function with void, calc unit price, and then the parameters are going to be plugged into here. Now we're told, I know this is getting messy here, but here we have 3 parameters. Okay, you're going to have a string to represent the item name, a float for the number of ounces in the package, and a float representing the price. So you can do, you have to choose the parameter names. Maybe like item name all squished together, no spaces allowed, ounces and price would be good parameter names. Be mindful of your data type. So those 3 parameters will be plugged into there. Okay, so the top line of your function is called the function headers. So really most of the information gets crammed into that function header. But you know, if you just pick through your instructions carefully and just put them in piece by piece, you'll come up with a really nice correct function header. So then in the function body, that's where you're going to write the code that does the thing that the function is supposed to accomplish. Now in this case, I think I'll switch pen color here. We're told that the function is going to compute the unit price by dividing the price by the ounces. So really inside the function body, that's where you're going to put the code to do all this. This is really just you're going to have 2 lines of code in the case of this function. Just a simple math statement to calculate the unit price, maybe put it in a variable perhaps, and then follow that up with a cout statement to display the data. Okay, so so that's what building that function. And then I think when you call that function, still talking about function 1 here, let me see, you're going to go down into main, and you know, I said in your instructional videos, you're calling a function, you're just saying, hey, you run your code. So I'm in main here, I'll say calc unit price. And then I would pass it, I think I told you, I gave you some examples. You can pass it a box of Cheerios, and then I don't know how much, I think the ounces were something like this, and then the price, and really you get the idea there. Now function 2, you'll approach it in the same way, but function 2 returns a value, and I did put a big hint on page 2 of the homework instructions on how you're going to call that function. When a function returns a value, you call it a little differently, but I really just gave you the line of code on the second page of that assignment. And I will also say that function 2, the prize machine, I think the get prize function, it's almost identical, I would say, to the vending machine function in the instructional videos. In fact, it's a little simpler than the vending machine because there's only 1 parameter. Vending machine has 2 parameters. So I think the prize function is going to be an easy one, I think, if you use the vending machine as a model and use that big hint that I included on page 2 when it's time to call that function and display the prize. So hopefully that'll get you moving on this, and please email me with any questions.